This is the Valley's original morning magazine show, ABC 15's Sonora Living Live.
Get ready for a solo mission. We uncover the very best spots to vacation on your own. No one else is allowed. Pack your suitcase. We're going to tell you where you're going. Do you feel that sometimes you just need some alone time? You need to get away from the kids, you need to get away from your husband, and you need to be all by yourself. Well, a good way to get some me time is by taking a solo getaway trip. But traveling alone doesn't mean that you have to stay in for the night and order room service. Today, travel expert Nicole Hawken from Hotels.com is here with some suggestions for some of the cities that we may want to go to that really cater to people that are traveling by themselves. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm great. And I think, we just need to embrace our independence and not be afraid whether we're traveling for business or just, like you said, wanting to get away. To go on our own and venture out, whether it's to dinner or a show, and see what this great country and world has to offer, because there's so many unique destinations, and I think people are finding themselves single longer sometimes, also maybe newly single again, and that doesn't mean that taking great trips has to end.
Well, you kind of feel like, oh, I don't know the city, I'm a little intimidated, there's a little bit of the fear factor.
Right.
So do you have any tips to kind of help us out in that direction, help us go ahead and take that step and enjoy the alone time?
Well, I think when you are planning a trip by yourself, you do want to do some planning and really do your homework and decide where you want to go, the kind of trip you want to have. Is it going to have a theme to it, or do you just want to go experience someplace new? And where you stay is really going to impact the type of experience you have. And I know, probably coming from me, that seems silly because I talk about hotels all the time, but I just really feel like, where you stay is going to just change the way that you have a great experience. So a good place to stop is Hotels.com. And you can go on to Hotels.com. They have more than 70,000 hotels and 900 properties. You can choose from bed and breakfast or vacation rentals or big resorts. You can take virtual tours online. So
and you can narrow your search.
Right, you can narrow it by amenity, by location. You could type an address if there's something you want to be near. So you can really define exactly where you want to be and choose the hotel that best fits your need. And planning a trip alone doesn't mean that you really do have to do that alone. You can call the experts at 1-800-2-HOTELS and let a real travel agent expert help you plan and book that trip.
Okay, so we've done our homework,
right,
and we're ready to go. We're ready to pack our bags. What are your top picks?
I'm going to start with our nation's capital, Washington, D.C.
Okay.
It's such a fantastic city for so many reasons. One, there's a lot to do that's free. I mean, there's so many wonderful monuments. The museums on the National Mall are all free, so a lot to do. And there's also so many tours that you can jump on and be a part of, and meeting other people, and beautiful places to stay, like the Henley Park Hotel. It's historic. It's in a great location. It's just a block from Chinatown, like half a mile from the White House.
Like a boutique hotel? Would you consider that?
I wouldn't, only because it has more rooms, more than 200 rooms, which is kind of what they classify. So it has a lot of rooms, but it still has a real intimate feel. So I think it comes across as not so overwhelming when you are alone. But they also have really neat things. They have in their restaurant, they do an afternoon tea. They have wonderful dining options, which is nice. And right now in Washington, D.C., they're going to have some beautiful fall festivals. The Annapolis boat shows are going to be going on in late October. They have the Mount Vernon Wine Festival at Mount Vernon. So a lot of neat things and lots of festivals, free music concerts that go on in Washington, D.C. that I think is great for a solo traveler.
And it actually will feel like autumn.
That's right. It will feel like fall. And you may actually see, the changing of the leaves and a lot of unique experiences from the Northeast.
Okay, well, let's say the Northeast isn't your thing.
Okay.
Then where would you suggest?
Well, I think Denver, Colorado is another great option. Denver is ranked by Forbes magazine time and time again as one of the top cities for singles, but I think it's tops for families, solo travelers, or singles. The downtown life it's clean, it's beautiful, it has great dining options, great shopping. They have a free transportation system that goes up and down their main streets. It's really a fantastic area and beautiful hotels. This is the Hotel Monaco. And
is that a goldfish I just saw?
You just saw a goldfish, and I have to tell you, you don't have to stay alone at the Hotel Monaco because they will give you a goldfish pal to keep you company in your room. It's so fantastic. The other thing they do that's great for solo travelers is they have a complimentary altitude wine reception every evening in their lobby. So you can meet and greet other guests that are staying there. Yes,
Oh, wow.
anybody, and enjoy some complimentary wine. And Denver's great for day trips. You can head south to Colorado Springs and see the Garden of the Gods. You can go west and visit Breckenridge and the top ski areas. It's a great destination and come back to this great city. But you want to make sure when you are traveling alone that you have informed people of where you're going ahead of time, so people know your route.
Because it is so vast.
Well, it is, and whether it's Denver or anywhere, just so you know, if you're not checking in with someone at the right time, you're traveling by yourself.
That's
just
true.
always
Just
good
safe.
for safety.
Just safety.
And use the mapping feature on Hotels.com and see where your hotel is in relationship to all the sites and interests that you want to do. So you pick a place that is very central. You can get there easily, so you're not taking long cab rides into strange places.
Okay, so I looked at my cheat sheet. I know what's coming next, and it's Austin, Texas, and I have been there many times because of my Texas roots.
Oh, very good.
And I could not agree with you more. This is a great place.
It's the live music capital of the world. They say in Austin that there's at least 200 live music events going on any given night.
Right.
So there's so much to do. Really great places to stay. This is the Radisson Hotel Austin Town Lake. Now, why I picked this out and why it's so unique is they actually really support the local artists and musicians. So they have music shows all week, like they have an on-site Starbucks that people play there, and in their lobby bar, and then they also showcase all local artists artwork throughout the hotel. It's really unique, and a Hotels.com rate from $157 a night right now.
That's a smoking deal.
So
because that
deal.
location is great. That location is great by the lake.
It is, and their visitor center does complimentary tours through the historic areas of the city, around the Capitol, through 6th Street, which is their entertainment district, so you can really get a lay of the land too.
Okay, so from the lake by Austin to the beach.
The beach, South
Miami.
Beach, Miami. So we know Phoenix is hot, and Miami is too, but their nights are even hotter. South Beach is just the scene to see and be seen, and you can do everything from the beach to touring the art district. This is the Hotel Mercury South Beach, and it's definitely got that Art Deco vibe to it.
It's got that very contemporary feel to it.
It's in the Sobey district of South Beach. It's really cool and classy and affordable. A Hotels.com rate from $110 a night. It's also an all suites resort, so you get more space and kind of accommodation with, like, some have fully functional kitchens for less cost per person than you typically get at a regular hotel. So that's nice too, because you can save on some of that eating out cost if you want to put something in your little mini refrigerator and things like that.
Maybe you don't feel like eating out alone all week. All right.
But when you do tell your friends that you're going on these trips and you're going by yourself, you have to be ready that someone might say, wait a minute,
I want to come.
Right. And that's also what's nice about Hotels.com. They have this flexible booking policy, and you can actually change out a room, drop a room, or cancel if you need to without any Hotels.com fees or cancel charges. So
hey, that's a good deal.
It's a great deal. And you might end up with a companion after all.
All right. We appreciate you spending some time with us.
Thanks.
Great suggestions, 4 great locales, and some great tips, which we always love here on Sit North Living.